Hey, what is up, everybody? This is the Great Puckettini. What I got for you tonight is the Arkansas Razorbacks top 11 versus the Auburn Tigers. And that's right, it's going to be the top 11 tonight. I went through and got the top 10. Then I realized I forgot to look at the specialty players. And and so I had to add one more. One guy finished as number 2 out of specialties. You'll see here in a minute. And so I hated to take one off. I'd already done the research and typed it up. So we're gonna go with the top 11 tonight. Super proud of the way the Hogs played Saturday. It wasn't the most beautiful game. Actually, I'm super proud for the win. Win is always so nice and so hard to come by in the SEC. And this was actually Arkansas's probably their worst game they've played so far, but grading out wise. Um, but they hung in there. They fought and fought until the very end, and they come out with a big win at Auburn. That you can't say that very often. You go into Auburn and win like that, and they showed great resiliency. And coaching staff did, the players, they stepped up and got the job done, and just super proud of them. For the first time, Taylor Green's not in the top 11. Once again, he's not going to be the top-rated passer. He's not going to complete 70% of his passes, but he's going to complete enough. He's going to make enough plays with his legs. And like I was telling everybody, he reminds me so much now of Randall Cunningham and a Slinky. He reminds me he's a mixture of those two, but he reminds me of Randall Cunningham so much. And a Slinky. He just kind of slinkies along. But anyway, guys, a big time player in Arkansas. So he's not in the top 11 this time for the first time in their first 3 games here. But anyway, here we go. The top 11. Number 11 was Andrew Armstrong. He's wide receiver from Dallas, Texas, and he's been on the top 10 in all 3 games so far. He had 5 catches for 47 yards. He is clearly Taylor Green's go-to man. He had the most catches on the team Saturday. He had graded out a 65.8 overall on offense, 65.4 receiving grade, and then a 61% in run blocking. Andrew he still continues to be a good run blocker, and that's pretty good at 61. It's pretty good. All right, number 10 was Quincy Rose Jr., defensive end from North Little Rock, Arkansas. He has such great size and looks so good, and he played a pretty good game. He didn't have many stats, but they had him graded as a 65.8 overall, a 64.2 pass rush, and a 62.2 run defense grade. So good job by him. Like I said, I don't think he even registered any tackles or pressures or anything, but apparently they graded him as being pretty good. So good job there, Quincy. Keep coming, man. We need you. Number 9 was running back Jaquindon Jackson. Did I get my numbers? No, that was 11, 10, 9. Now, here we go. Running back Jaquindon Jackson from Dallas, Texas. Jaquindon, didn't have his best day running, but he ran the ball 22 times for 75 yards, and he did get 2 touchdowns, 2 crucial touchdowns. He only averaged about 3.4 yards per carry. Man, I'm going to tell you, Auburn was tougher against the run than what I was thinking they were going to be. Those 3 defensive linemen in there are tough, and they were hard to block. But he graded out, Jackson did, a 66% overall on offense and a 71% in a run game. Pass blocking, he didn't do as good in pass blocking. He had a pretty bad grade. But anyway, Jaquindon, man, hung in there and played tough. I'm telling you, it was tough going in there. Auburn has a tough defense. And it was good for Bobby Petrino to stick with the run, to not abandon it, because it wasn't going great. Like I said, it was only averaging about 3.4 yards per carry. So anyway, all right. So good job there by Jaquindon. All right, number 8 was great to see this guy, cornerback Danico Slaughter from Roswell, Georgia. Danico has really been picked on some of these first couple games. It was good to see him come through and have a better game. Now, he did have 1 big interception. He had a sack. He had 8 tackles, and 3 of those tackles were for stops, which means they stopped the drive. He was graded at a 66.3% overall. His coverage was 66.8%, which is pretty good. 70, anything above 70 is really good. And so good job there by Danico, playing well. The cornerbacks, man, played really well. And I knew they had to play well because Auburn was playing the quarterback that's a better passer. Hank I can't remember his last name, but he's a good passer. He struggled against Arkansas. I think Arkansas made it tough on him. They dropped a few too, but Arkansas definitely did a lot better job covering this game than they have. Hopefully they'll keep it up. All right, number 7 is cornerback Keon Stewart from Houston, Texas. He had one tackle and it stopped a drive. He graded out at 68% overall on defense, 66.8 coverage grade, 74.3% tackling grade, which is really good, and then a 65.7 grade versus the run. So good job there by Keon Stewart. Have another good game. He's been on this top 10 list so far twice, I think, this season. So good job by him. Another thing Arkansas, was missing Jalen Braxton and who was the other guy that's missing? Well, they're missing Landon. Oh boy, play safe. They moved him to safety, but man alive, I'm going brain dead. But they're missing Hudson Clark, not Landon. Hudson Clark. They're missing Hudson Clark and Jalen Braxton, two of their best secondary players, did not play versus Auburn. So great job of these guys that come in and stepped in. Great job by the coaching staff too. All right, number 6 was cornerback Marquise Robinson from Crosby, Mississippi. He had one pass broken up. He had 7 targets against him, which meant seven times he's covering receiver. They were targeted on the play, but only gave up 4 catches, which is really good. That's like a 57% completion percentage against him, which is very good. He had one tackle, and it was for a stopped a drive. He graded out at 68% overall, 74.2% tackling grade, and then a 69.5% coverage grade. So very good there by Marquise Robinson. Good game. Number 5 was left tackle Fernando Carmona from Las Vegas, Nevada. Carmona has been a great player for us this year. Transferred in from, I think, San Jose State. He had a 68% overall offensive grade. He graded at 82.8% in pass blocking, which is absolutely wonderful grade. 60.5 run blocking grade. He had a 97.4 OPP percent. What that means is it's a grade that they give for every passing play. How many pressures did he give up? And so you want a high number. So it means on 97% of the plays he was in a pass blocking situation, he gave up no pressures. So that's a very good grade. So he gave up no pressures, and his pass blocking efficiency was absolutely 100. I don't know if that's a percentage, or I guess it is just 100% pass blocking efficiency grade. So he did very well. Pass blocking, very good. All right, number 4 was linebacker Anthony Switzer from Marion, Arkansas. Great to see these Arkansas guys on here. He had 4 tackles, and one of them stopped a drive. He had a 72.4% overall grade on defense, 80.7% tackling grade, 72.6% versus the run, and a 68% coverage grade. So he really had an all-around good game for Anthony Switzer there. So great job for him. Great job. Number 3 was wide receiver Isaiah Satanga from Fayetteville, Arkansas. He had 3 catches for 85 yards and a touchdown. He caught the big pass that scored, that put us up there, and was a kind of a broken play, and made a great catch there in the end zone. We're going to call interference on it. But anyway, Taylor Green made a great job of keeping the play alive and getting Satanga the ball. That was probably right there won the game for us. But anyway, hard to pick out one play and say that. That was a huge play at the time. It really was. He graded at 74% overall in offense and 74% in a passing game. So good job. And he did not grade out very well in run block. Satanga's a smaller guy, so he's not going to be your real good run blocker. You'd rather probably have him on the bench. You're going to run the ball. All right, number 2. Here is our long snapper, Ashton Go from Andover, Kansas. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that name right. But anyway, Ashton snapped. He had 8 good snaps with no problems. And also made 2 tackles on punt team, I believe. I know he had 2 tackles. I believe it was both on punts. So great job by him. He graded out at, I didn't put it on there, I think a 75% grade. I don't know why I didn't put that on there. But anyway, he had a great game, 75% grade. That was number 2. And he had 8 good snaps. Now, I was a long snapper when I was in high school, and it's tough, man. You're snapping to a punter, which is different than snapping to, extra point field goal. And great job by him on that. All right, number one, our best player, player of the game, I guess you could say, was free safety T.J. Metcalf from Birmingham, Alabama. Had an absolutely wonderful game. He had 2 interceptions. He had 2 passes broken up. His receiver was targeted 3 times, and he gave up 0 catches. He had 4 tackles. He forced a fumble. He graded out at 89.9% overall. I mean, that's an absolutely wonderful grade, man. That's super grade. 88.4% coverage, pass coverage, 82.7 against the run, and then an 82.3% tackling grade. So TJ had an absolutely wonderful game on Saturday there in Auburn. And, like I said, the secondary really played well. Travis Williams, he's from from Auburn, and that defense played super game for him. He's from Auburn, played there and coached there too. So it was a big game for him. I think they gave him the game ball after it and everything. So just absolute wonderful job. Like I say, Arkansas, that was probably the worst game they've played all year grade-wise. But they hung to it. They just kept fighting, kept making plays, and they came out with a big win. And, just super win, man. Super job by Coach Pittman, all his coaches. Coach Petrino sticking with the run game, not abandoning it, just keep going, keep fighting. Taylor Green, they pulled him out for a drive. He didn't put his head down. He came back and played well. He's never going to be a guy that completes 70% of his passes, but his feet, and he can complete enough, and he just makes plays. He's just a playmaker. I'm super glad we got him. I'd take him over other quarterbacks that we've had here recently for sure. But anyway, he's going to keep getting better and better because he's got probably one of the best offensive coordinators in the country, and Coach Bobby Petrino. And so, Coach Petrino did a great job just eking this game out, And I will say that Taylor is doing better. He threw that 1 interception. He might have thrown 2, but he's doing better handling the ball, which is very good. I know Jimmy Johnson's always said it's not how many big plays you make, but it's how many bad big plays you make, that you keep from making the bad ones, like interceptions, fumbles, stuff like that. If you can keep from doing those, you have a better chance of winning, even more so than if you make big plays. It's those big bad ones that if you can stay away from those, you have a good chance of winning. But anyway, Arkansas eked out that win. Now coming up, they got Texas A&M. And I think they're better than Texas A&M. I think they should come in there and beat them. I'm expecting them to. I think Arkansas ranked in there. They have like a 91% grade as an overall team. I think Texas A&M is about a 71%. So, but those percentages go out the window, of course, when you play a game. You got to roll the ball out and play. But anyway, I think Arkansas's got a great chance of winning here going in. And we owe Texas A&M, man. We need to go in there and kick their butt. And I hope we do. But anyway, great job, Arkansas, man. I'm super excited. But it starts, Texas A&M start tomorrow. Or right now, actually, it started for them today. This is Sunday when I'm recording this. So they're already getting ready for A&M, I'm sure. So anyway, great job, Arkansas. Big win versus Auburn. And let's go, Hogs. That's all I got. Thanks for watching. Hit that like, subscribe, come back for more, man. I'll have some more videos this week about Texas A&M. I'll try to do I've been wanting to find their highlight films and kind of talk over it and do that. And I'll try to do that. Try to find a film maybe. I was going to do it tonight, but it's already gotten late on me. I got school tomorrow. So anyway, but thanks so much for watching. See you later. That's all I got. Go Hogs.